Hello and welcome to Volume 2 of the Best of the Simon and Ross podcast Patreon episodes. Join us over at patreon.com/Simon and Ross, where you can get episodes early, you can get extra episodes, the full version of these, and all sorts of other stuff. And you can get that for as little as £2.50 a month, less than a latte. At the end of the month, we'll be celebrating our 100th episode, so until then, please enjoy these.
Fucking thing's been going off for no reason. Well, I mean, for some reason it's just started going off today.
Fire alarm.
Yeah, I can't take a photo, Si. That's a big problem when you try to teach how to take photos.
I'm only one step up that ladder than you.
No, you're significantly higher up that ladder than me. Like if somebody was, I would have to really study how to use a camera. and because somebody, I didn't I mean, I knew what aperture was, but I still didn't fully understand it. Like, if somebody said, if somebody like was struggling to get the desired effect, I could not pick up their camera and give them that desired effect.
No, but you could describe the cat's anus as looking like an aperture, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could do the cat's ass analogy. I don't think that was quite.
Which saw you through for 3-4 years, didn't it?
It might work. It might work for the level 1 site. What worked for the level 2s?
You'd have got away with it, to be fair.
How can I stretch the cat's ass analogy over a 5-hour period?
If you think of a very small cat's anus, it's very tight, isn't it? Which means a very tight depth of field.
Who here has seen a cat's anus?
There's some really keen. Me.
I've got a photo of one on my phone. I've got one on my camera, but ironically, the aperture wasn't quite right.
So, Ross.
Well, I'll tell you what. Firstly, because I've sort of made a few mental notes of things that I wanted to talk about, and the first one is there's a series that's just come to an end, isn't there? Spoiler alert! If anybody hasn't yet seen the end of Wanda-vision, I mean, then you might want to sort of. Oh shit!
Yeah, the last Patreon one, I'd not even got past episode 2. Had I?
You hadn't even broken through. You hadn't even pierced the film.
Pushed through the cat's anus. Flipping out. How I felt after watching episode 2, and I was talking about this with Charlotte, my wife, and
she's nice.
She's nice. Number 1, number 2, prostitute in Romley. She genuinely was thinking, why is he watching this program after episode 2? Because I mean, they are pretty terrible. But both you and Gage both said episode 3 is kind of where it's at, didn't you? And flipping heck. It went from being, I don't think I can watch the rest of this series, to me just waiting for Fridays for it to come out.
Yeah, same.
Which is nice. I mean, with
it's nice.
It is nice.
I like you on Sunday.
I like waiting a week between episodes. But this Netflix thing and this Prime thing of just dumping all the episodes on at once is kind of good on a rainy Sunday when you've got absolutely nothing to do. But I heard someone else talking about it the other day. You can very often binge so much that even after you've just finished watching them, if somebody asked you what the series was about, you'd sometimes struggle. Because very often you're just watching it because it just on, and the next episode comes on, and then the next episode comes on. And I think sometimes you just don't take it in. Whereas this, going back to the way television used to be, where it comes out every Friday or whatever, you were genuinely waiting for it to come out, weren't you? You know, I'm sure, you know, you finish work and think, right, tea and Wanda-vision. And that's exactly what it was like. And it was so good to be like that, and with something genuinely interesting and a genuinely good story, and very limited as well. You know, there's only 9 episodes of it. You know, normally 24 episodes dump in one day, and you're just plowing through it, aren't you?
Yeah, there's a couple of things there. So series of sort of series are a bit like Greg's, aren't they? Sort of, we're in like a fast food culture with series as well. Yeah, where it's like we want it all, we want it now, we want it fast, we want it in the face on one of our preferred platforms.
Yeah.
And you get used to that, where it's almost like, you know, watching a 2-hour film is a tiny commitment now, because you've got sort of 20 plus hour series that you can binge, which everybody does. You know, that binge, that idea of binging something, everybody does now. And you sort of, you know, Fatima and I have had this discussion where I've said, you know, fucking hell, this once a week thing started to piss me off, you know. But it makes those, you know, and you're quite right. We would have our tea, and then I would say, it's Wanda-vision tonight, and she'd go, oh yeah, fucking get it. We'd watch it before Gogglebox. It was a double whammy. Bang, bang. I think there was 3 episodes out before we started watching it, because it looked shit. and it was like, well, I just didn't know that it was it was a very ballsy start to a series, because it was meant to be like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. That's the whole point of it. And it didn't offer any form of, you know, if you didn't do any digging and you just went at it, which is what we did. Yeah. And bearing in mind, it's, you know, I mean, any listeners who listen to the MCU series are aware of our opinions on Vision. Which, and I'm much more sympathetic to his cause now. Yeah, so it has actually. I mean, I would never say like, oh my god, Vision's an amazing character. Like, he's a fucking.
I reckon you'd put him up there though now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate the man.
Well, no, I was going to say he's properly dead now, though, isn't he? So, you know.
Well, what? So again, if from this point onwards, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the end of it yet, stop the podcast and come back to it after you've watched it. Right? I mean, it will be released long enough after the fact where, if you're getting annoyed about spoilers, what the fuck are you playing at? And what you're doing.
You wait until I tell you about the end of Empire Strikes Back. You'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you probably don't know who the new king of Westeros is.
That was such an Alan Partridge face, that.
Been listening to him for 2 days. Great, Simon.
I watched I went on a bit of a YouTube binge of Alan Partridge clips yesterday, and it was mostly the Scissored Isle stuff. And it's just like, it's so ridiculous. Do you need help with packing?
Do you want help packing? the holy grail of chat and scan.
What's the name of
scan mustard?
The name of the Tesco lifer. What was the name?
Pat Bevan.
Pat Bevan.
Oh my god. Yeah.
For most of today, I've been trying to remember her name. I keep getting it, and then I forget it again.
Well, that tells you how many times I've watched that. When he comes in and he's, you're not actually you don't actually own the store, do you? No, I'm the store manager. Oh, by the way, it's lovely to be greeted by that nice warm air curtain. But I've just finished listening to The Oast House.
Yeah.
And honestly, I could on any given day go as far as say it's his finest work.
Really? No. Not that. After we spoke the other day, I went to buy it and my card got declined, so I might have to wait till I get paid.
Well, I've just got a 6-hour block of it.
Yeah.
So during the day, like for the last 2 days, I've been doing nothing but admin. And I've just had The Oast House playing constantly in the back, and I've gotten to the end of it today. and I've had to stop it and go back to listen to particular bits again just because of how good it is. Like I've stopped what I'm doing just to listen because something's caught my sort of. Like, I thought he's going off on one of you. Right, I'm gonna have to do something about that because that's gonna be good. I've unplugged the fucker. But she's actually like those kids weren't. I mean, the fact that she was able to actually sort of have sex with Vision and give birth is a bit mental, isn't it?
Nothing. There's nothing that obviously says that they had sex,
other than twins.
But it's her world, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. She sort of willed herself pregnant.
I think so. Yeah, I think that was what it was. I mean, ultimately, he's shaped like an action man down there, isn't he?
Oh, he's an absolute Ken doll.
Smooth as the bonnet of a Porsche.
Yeah. I've got as much chance of conception rubbing myself up against that radiator.
Exactly. At least that has working pipes.
And I might even find a quid behind it.
I mean, it's a bit more dusty right at the back, but you know. I don't know. Certainly not going to be any sperm down there.
At least a minstrel that's a bit of shadow of his former self.
And that debit card you lost in 1997.
So it's quite there's layers to this spell, and obviously how we see it. And one of the really cool things is how they were progressing. The intros were really good. Because they were reflective of the type of TV that you would see in that particular decade. Yeah. So it would go from, Cheers to Friends to
Malcolm in the Middle type.
Thing. Yeah. And it was like, and then the fashion and the decor and everything, and what was being shown at the cinema. Yeah. And all that cool stuff that if you pay attention, you can actually sort of there's a lot to spot there actually. Yeah. But yeah, this idea of the kids sort of threw me a little bit as well. They did. It was like, how the fuck are they real? Like, that's mad. And then also when I didn't quite understand, obviously a brother shows up. Yeah. And it's clearly not a brother. Yeah. And it's not even her doing it. No. It's Lasso. So. And she actually falls for it. She's like, "Oh well, yeah. I guess that's happening now." I
think that was showing that she wasn't in control of all of it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's sort of like there's something else going on here because she's not feigning surprise. No, she's like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Like, you don't even look anything like him. You're not even Russian.
Aren't you from X-Men?"
I saw you in American Horror Story. Yeah,
but in X-Men he pretty much plays the same character, doesn't he? A guy that can run around really fast and.
Yeah, but he can't do that, can he? In Wanda, that's her son who does that. Her son's the one who sprints around really quickly.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like a bit of a nod.
Yeah, I suppose.
Bit of a nod to the shit he does in X-Men.
Yeah. No, you're right, actually.
But he's just another. He's another sort of resident, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because she when she figures it out, and it's the other woman. It's the woman from Captain Marvel's best mate's daughter. Isn't it?
Yeah. Just flows naturally, isn't it? What's her name? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
She's the one who sort of faces off with him, and she sort of breaks the spell, and he's just like, "What the hell's going on here?" And you realise that he's just another resident, but Lasso's casting the same magic. Innit?
Yeah.
So...
Do we need to watch this again? we both seem quite fuzzy about the same things.
The point... Well, what my original question was actually going to be, White Vision sort of goes, oh shit, and fucks off.
Yeah.
And Fatima was like, well, where's he gone then? And I said, well, I think he's gone to kill himself. And she said, why? I said, well, that fake vision, simulated vision, pretty much said, you're more vision than I am.
Yeah, you are vision.
You actually exist physically.
Yeah.
I'm just, the missus conjured me up. and fictitious vision. And then when he realizes, he's like, oh, bollocks, I guess I got to end myself. That's what I got from it. Is he's like, well, because the only thing he's like the mission. He's all about the mission. The only thing he cares about is the mission. So his mission is to eliminate vision. He is vision. So he just flies off and, I don't know, finds some way of killing himself.
How do you reckon he could kill himself?
Just eat a lot of burgers and sit on the toilet.
The Elvis way.
Yeah.
He's more Elvis than Elvis, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the white cloak, hasn't he? And
they need to do a special. They need to do Vision in Las Vegas, 76, 76 special.
Viva Last Vision. That's the one, isn't it?
Oh shit, that's the song I have to make now.
It's certainly the name of the episode.
Viva Last Vision. No wonder she's gonna set my soul stone from the FBI. Got a whole town trapped in a sick-on world, in so much pain they want to die. There's 1,000 lovely people trapped in a world, and their lives have just unfurled. And I'm just a robot with a shiny red face. Viva Last Vision. 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 Thank you very much. Oh.
But yeah, it does make me wonder, like, because obviously in a week's time is the next series.
Yeah.
It's Hawk. Hawk
the Slayer.
Is it Hawk?
No.
What's it called? Wingman?
Yeah, that's it. Hawk and Wingman. Black Hawk and Wingman. That was on Lewis's list, wasn't it?
What's his fucking name? Raven.
You've been watching 90s CBBC programs.
Oh, it's Tracy Beaker and Winter Soldier.
That's it. They go up against the Demon Headmaster.
Vulture, Eagle, Hawk. I swear he's called Hawk. What's his fucking name? I'm just going to have to go through my birds. Is he even named after a bird? Am I completely on the wrong?
Blue Tit and Wingman.
What's his fucking name? Am I close with Hawk?
You're making me forget it now. All I can think is Hawkman and Wingman or whatever you said. Hawkman and Raven.
It's the Keenan and Kel of the MCU. What's his fucking name? I swear it's Hawk.
Yeah, it's Hawk. It's Hawk.
Is it Hawk?
No, of course it's not. They've already got Hawkeye. They're not going to have someone called Hawk as well, are they?
Fucking Falcon. I knew it was a bloody bird. I was thinking like fucking seagull and magpie man.
Oh dear. Yeah. Can't wait for Hawkman and Tracy Beaker.
Isn't Hawkeye his name? The other guy's name, the Archer, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's why I'm getting it. I'm not just conjuring up the word hawk for no reason. There are multiple reasons for this. But that'll be a good one. And you've seen the trailer, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where Hawk is fucking. He'll forever be Hawk to me. I'm telling you, he's fucked it. Yeah. You know what's funny is you know what I consulted to get my answer is Wadey, who was on the podcast recently. He was messaging me about Wanda-vision the other day, and he said, "Have you seen this finale?" I said, "Yeah, of course I have." And I've said, I've said on the message,
I can't say that.
Look forward to Hawk and Winter Soldier starting.
Has he not messaged you back since?
No, I said, looking forward to the Hawk and Winter Soldier series starting soon. And then afterwards, I put Falcon even.
Oh, dear.
So that's where I went to get my answer, because I knew I'd fucked this already in the past.
Well, there you go. Well, as of now, we can't refer to him as Falcon anymore. It will have to be another type of bit. Kestrel and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Kez.
Come on, Kez.
Oh, you knocked my piss bag off again. But that'll be a good one, because I don't know, I haven't got a clue what it's about, but all I've seen is the bit where Falcon is saying he's looking at the camera and he's like, "I fought the baddest motherfucker you ever seen, and I blipped out of existence for 5 years. Yeah. I thought I'd seen it all. Truth is
Morgan Freeman in it?"
I thought I was beginning to sound a little bit more like Forrest Gump. Truth is, I ain't seen nothing yet.
I got my special wings, Lieutenant Dan.
He called me Falcon. I wanted to be Hawk. I didn't mind, but I wanted to be Hawk. He called me Falcon, but I wanted Hawk. You quite easily do this for the 10 minutes. Life is like a winter soldier. I blipped out of existence. I blipped out of existence. I was flying.
There's a comic book waiting to be written. What's Tatty-Watter?
Tatty-Watter, it's I'm just trying to think who are paying members, and if there's anybody that I shouldn't be saying this. Tatty-Watter is when you've had sex one too many times in a day and you're blowing nothing but Tatty-Watter.
Oh, that's certainly not me.
It's a bit like what spills at the bottom of a freshly bled radiator.
Yeah, that's more like it. That's it. Tatty-Watter. I'm sorry, Charlotte. It's just Tatty-Watter.
That's going right in the back pocket, that, isn't it? I can tell. It's just Natty Watter at this point.
My 7 times a night romp with Premiership football player. 7th time was Tatty Watter. Says Barbara from Sheffield, 36D.
One thing that I was going to talk to you about, actually, that we haven't yet discussed is the newly aired Falcon Summer Solstice.
Well, I think ultimately we'll probably end up doing just a one-off podcast on that anyway, won't we? But
yeah, but we can still dip.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually, it wasn't until I listened to that podcast back when you know when we were on with Ian and you were saying, "Oh, Ross does a good Forrest Gump impression," and I genuinely had no idea what you were talking about and then I remembered when I heard that episode. I was like, "Oh, that's why he was saying I do a good Forrest Gump impression." I totally forgot that even happened. I wanted to be Falcon. They gave me Hawk.
I'm going to have to listen to that one now. I was trying to remember also, which was the episode that you rinsed Vision in the Marvel ones? I just can't remember which one it is now.
Oh, fuck no.
No. I mean, I think it was most of them, but I think there was one where you
I think it's got Vision. It might have Vision in the title.
Yeah. I'll have to have a look.
I mean, it might have been the Sally Wet one.
Yeah, I think it probably was. Yeah, but no. Well, I was talking to Zach yesterday about it, and it's so odd that I think I want to say the Hawk now, but the
Hawk.
The Hawk. I think the only problem that I've got with it at the moment, I think it's very, very good.
Bearing in mind, I'm an episode behind at the minute.
All right. Okay.
I'm actually going to have 2 to watch now.
Nice. I think it's very good. I think it's exactly what I thought a Marvel series was going to be. After Wanda-vision being so different, it was such a nice surprise at how different that was.
One Direction, New
yeah,
Order,
One Direction. Yeah, that's it. That I think I'm a bit disappointed. This is so much like I expected it to be. Do you get me? Do you get me where I'm coming from?
Simon, I get what you're saying. I think that it's exactly what you would expect from a Marvel series, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
No, not at all.
The one thing I struggle to swallow is just the characters of Hawk and Winter Soldier. Both thought I was, my worry is that I'm not convinced those characters are compelling enough to actually have their own series.
Yeah,
because they are Vanilla Spice, aren't they? The pair of them. They really are. Like, I mean, Falcon is without a doubt one of the most boring bastards I've ever seen on screen.
Yeah,
is incredible. There's nothing about him at all, and they try and make him a little bit more interesting. He just fucking isn't.
No.
Everything's just his expression never changes. It's just like is about as dynamic as this dead AA battery.
It's. I mean, I'm not even sure. I don't think even that's him as an actor, is it? I think he's quite a good actor, but sorry, my printer's going mental.
So you start printing.
Yeah, I sent something. I'm trying to print one bank statement, and it's taken me most of the day. I've got all like rejects. It won't print the bit that I need. So it just keeps thinking about it every so often, and then it'll churn out maybe the wrong page, or it keeps just shooting out blank pages.
Tatty
Watter pages. So yeah, I'll keep you up to date with that. But no, I think he's very one dimensional, isn't he? And even in the action scenes, he's not particularly action-y, is he?
Not a good hero.
No.
I think like they're trying to make the same dynamics between him and what's his name? I can't even remember the Winter Soldier's actual name.
Bucky.
Bucky, that's it.
Yeah.
they're trying to create that same sort of, we've talked about that Marvel-esque banter.
Yeah.
That Captain America and Iron Man have. And,
Marvel man banter, henceforth be known as Manta.
Manta.
Manta,
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll stick with that. That's as Alan Partridge as I'm going to get.
I doubt that.
And so but they don't really have that. Like there was that scene when they were sat in the therapist to see him. And that was like towards the end of the last episode that I watched, which will be 2 weeks old now. And they were like sat across from each other, and it was kind of funny, but it felt very forced upon me. Yeah. Like I was like, I'm just not invested enough in the characters to go, that's so Hawk. That's so Summer Solstice,
No, I agree. I think it was very... And the problem is that's the bit that they advertised in the trailer, so you knew that bit was coming.
I didn't see the trailer.
But it was very, very forced.
A bit flat, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that, like the action, it's always going to be good with Marvel. So I think like when they're, tackling those people on top of the trucks, good fight scenes. I feel like maybe this is part of it that makes it interesting. I feel like I'm watching a group of shite superheroes. Like they couldn't even deal with a bunch of goons on a truck. No. All of them. The new Captain America. His pal is essentially the equivalent of Hawk and Summer Solstice. And they were all shit. They all got their asses kicked, and I was like, oh. And Hawk, he gets batted off, and he swoops back. He gets batted off. He's more like an annoying little fucking blue bottle. Fuck off. So maybe that's what's going to. I'm saying it like it's a bad thing. Perhaps that will become a good thing. Yeah. Because it's not like I'm just going to go in and kick everyone's ass. Like I'm actually struggling here.
Yeah.
But I remember.
Kind of what I'm hoping as well.
Yeah, like maybe that'll become the good, like the sort of the USP. But then I was looking at I remember the original advert when Hawk was stood there and he was going
Falcon.
And it's going to be far easier for the both of us. If you get Hawk.
I mean, I know that who you're talking about when you say Hawk, but so just every so often I'll just remind the listeners.
Ryan, this is I know that I'm purposely not calling him by the right name.
Maybe I'll just call the title of the podcast Hawk equals Falcon.
Yeah. And when he was like looking at the camera and he was like, I blipped. This is back to the original fucking blipped out of existence for 5 years.
Jen Neal was gone.
Running. And that whole sort of little mini thing there, I thought, I don't know what it is about him. I just can't sort of empathize with him or appreciate him in any way. I think he's just...
Well, I think that's why they're trying to do the thing with his sister, with the business. I think they're trying to maybe, I don't know, humanize him a bit. But all of those scenes just comes across as just a Sally Wet one.
Shoehorn.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And it does, because is he a good actor? I'm not convinced.
I was being nice. I'm not sure. The only other thing I've seen him in was is it the bank something with Samuel L. Jackson.
Right.
I can't remember what it's called, but he essentially plays Hawk in that as well.
Falcon.
Thank you. So I don't know. He might be a great actor, but yeah, jury's out. I hope that at the end of it, we're both like, that was as good, if not better, than Wanda-vision.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to. I'm open to be turned.
Yeah. To
be converted. That's fine, because I will always.
Good to know.
But I can tell, but Fatter and I, Wanda-vision, it was like, get in Friday night, fucking Wanda-vision. Like, there's a reason why a week's gone by and we haven't watched.
Yeah.
and neither of us are particularly like. I've suggested it. I was like, oh, remember we've still got to watch Hawk and Summer Solstice, and and every time she's like,
I don't even know what that program is. What are you talking about?
and we've gone to what we always decide to watch something else, and it's kind of mutual. It's not like I'm not really pushing the point.
No, I mean the next one that you've got to watch is okay. There's a bit more to it.
Well, the first two were okay.
Yeah.
What do you make of saying that you're an episode ahead of me, so maybe you know something I don't. What do you make of the new Captain America? I mean, he's a soggy washing line, isn't he?
I think he's supposed to be.
But then is there more to him than, because the thing is, the way he looks, it's like, I reckon he's affiliated with the bad guys here. But then we've also been given a bit of his backstory, like he's a highly decorated. You see his girlfriend, you're thinking, well, they've given the background to sort of solidify your faith in him actually being a goodie, regardless of how soggy he is. But then you're watching him, and it's all just a bit. I don't like this whole like, oh, we've got a new captain, and it's not supposed to sit right with you, because that's not. It doesn't sit right with anyone except the American public. But it's just a bit like, I find it all a bit fucking hard to swallow.
Yeah, I think all of it hopefully is. You're supposed to feel like that.
Are they duping us like they did on Wanda-vision?
I think so. I do kind of hope so.
I mean, they're fucking geniuses if they're doing it again. I mean, they've done me once.
They're pulling it off twice in a year.
Yeah, if they do me again, but in a totally different way, I'll be like, fucking hell, these guys. Because obviously there's more coming up, isn't there? We've got Loki.
Yeah.
That's out in June, I think. Which has to be better, because Loki actually is a good character.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's still alive. I don't know if they're pulling another Vision type thing. Like,
well,
he is dead as of right now.
No, because this Loki is the one that disappeared in Endgame. So he was already dead, really, wasn't he? And then they go back to the end of the first Avengers film, and he grabs the. You remember when the Hulk, they make the Hulk take the stairs rather than going down the lift?
Infinity War?
No, that's Endgame.
Oh, yeah. It's in Endgame when they go back and they're trying to find all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
And Loki grabs the scepter or whatever it is.
And then fucks off, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So it's that Loki.
Ah, I see. I didn't even register that there was two Lokis, that there's one still knocking about.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
I'm just trying to process that.
I know, but it's a weird timeline, Loki. So he's the one that basically everything after the Avengers first film didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, because they altered. So he undid his own death there.
Yes.
By them going back and him doing that.
Yeah, but it also means
his own death.
He got proper knobhead Loki as well. Without obviously his story arc basically he turns less of a knob, doesn't he, over the films? Apart from trying to kill everyone all the time, but he became a bit less of a knob, and I don't know, maybe appreciated Thor a bit more. But this is the one before all that. Yeah.
Okay. And he's with.
He's with
Owen Hart. Can you do an Owen Hart impression? Guys.
Do you mean Owen Wilson?
Yeah. Oh. Owen Hart, wrestling legend. May rest in peace. There's no bringing him back.
No. No, I can't. Everyone, doesn't everyone always go sort of like, life's beautiful? Oh, I don't know. What was he saying?
It's really hard. I think Owen Hart is. I think you can either do it or you can't.
Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson.
Right. Owen Wilson. Wilson. He's like, guys. It's just Loki, the prankster god.
Okay. Guys, it's just Loki, the prankster god. No.
He's just playing tricks. That's what he does.
It's so cool.
I think the key to an Owen Wilson impression is actually the facial expression, which doesn't come across on the podcast. So, I mean, that doesn't compensate for a shit impersonation, obviously. But I was speaking of impersonations, I was watching some of The Trip again yesterday, and it was actually on YouTube. There's a thing of it's basically all the impersonations that Bryden and Coogan did throughout The Trip. It's the fucking Michael Caine one that gets me.
Shall I get the Batmobile, Mr. Wayne?
I do think Coogan is definitely better at impressions.
Yeah.
Definitely. This one is sat in that sort of quiet restaurant. He's going, no! What does he say? She was only 15 years old.
She was only 15 years old.
So watching them two has made me reluctant to even do a Michael Caine impression because they were that much better than what I can produce, and my throat's absolutely fucked. If I sound a little bit Barry White for the listeners, I've barely got a voice.
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
Can't get enough of your love, baby. See how deep I can get.
That's
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
Can't get enough of your love, baby. That's not deep enough, is it?
You sounded like fucking something from Halloween, something rising from the grave.
Must eat brains.
See, you dropped it.
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
How do you do? Can't get enough of your love.
The thing is, you don't go any deeper. You just sound more hoarse.
So this just normal voice. Can't get enough of your love, baby. Oh, that's quite deep there, wasn't it? Right, try again. Can't get enough of your love, baby.
It doesn't sound any deeper. It just sounds more desperate and more hoarse.
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
Can't get enough of your love, baby. Can't get enough of your love.
Jenny.
I'll tell you what, you hold a sustained deep note, okay, and then after like 3 seconds, I'll layer on top of you, and we'll see what the difference in depth is.
Right.
Sounds like sort of Mongolian chanting, doesn't it?
Oh,
You see the difference in depth?
No, I couldn't hear you at all.
You sound like some kind of fucking zombie or creature. Like an old guy who's just been kicked in the nuts.
There's a little bit of a belch in there, sorry.
Yeah, people are paying for this. I'm already thinking I'm going to... I mean, I was debating. I was thinking, is this pint of beer a good idea? Because that's really bad. I've been trying to drink like really warm, soft, gullet-friendly liquids and foods. And
excuse me, Mr. Chemist, have you got any gullet-friendly foods?
I'm looking for something particularly gullet-friendly. Something soft on the esophagus.
Have you got anything it's like a chickeny yogurt?
I would like a chickeny yogurt with lumps that which a straw could cope with.
I mean, we're talking 5 mil maximum. I haven't got that much suckage within me at the moment.
Do you do steak paste?
And we're not talking any of your primula shit.
He's like, no, it's a chemist. I can do you some Strepsils.
That'll do. How are they on the gullet?
I knew it was a bad idea, this.
I'm a very, 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 very fragile gullet.
Is that your Alan Bennett?
Oh, no, it's almost Rennie Corbett. No. Alan Bennett. Mother said to me today, she asked me, have you got anything that's good for a dicky gullet? I said, I'll go get you some beef paste from the supermarket, Mother. And she said, no, your primula shit. I hate Mother.
I said I would like some steak paste because it's soft on the esophagus. I needed something warming for the gullet. I had some hot butter for breakfast. That slid down and softened the blow of a crusty prawn baguette for lunch.
I dip everything in hot butter now. Oh dear.
Alan Bennett, Greg's Tales.
Can I take one of those? What on God's green earth is a vegan sausage roll?
Oh dear. Excuse me, shopkeeper. How in God's green earth do you get beans and cheese in a slice? Surely the sausage will be at a different temperature to the ambient temperature of the rest of the slice.
See a man right with a vanilla custard.
So you're saying that for an extra 25 pence, I can get a large cappuccino?
I don't know how the mic picks up on that whistle then, because that was significantly higher than anything I did, and I heard it. Is it picking that up?
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Simon's silly sausage slice.
Current slice for a weary traveller.
Stars in your eyes, little Ross. Where do you go to dream? To a place we all know, the land of Ross's dreams.
Right, is it time for the dream journal?
Oh, I don't have.
Ross!
I don't have any. I'm just trying to think if. No, I haven't got anything for you this time round.
Okay, net, Ross. Right, I've got you some.
Yeah, and so you should.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right. I was leaving work and walking down to the station, and a girl grabbed me and started to kiss me.
Ooh.
I told her not to. She grabbed my penis through my pants and used my helmet to try and rub herself off.
Can I just Can I just pause there?
Yeah.
When you say she grabbed your penis through your pants, are we talking like Shang Tsung reaching in to rip your heart out?
No.
So she was still, there was still material there separating her hand from your penis.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Continue.
She wasn't saying
your penis, your cock is mine.
No. I was thinking, anyway, I told her not to. So she grabbed my penis through her pants and used my helmet to rub herself off.
I'm surprised you've written this down. I mean, this is clearly a wet dream.
All the while, I was trying to get away. A policeman eventually pulled her off me, and I thanked him. She just carried on rubbing herself off as I ran away.
So he tried to pull her off you. She tried to pull her off you while she was pulling you off.
Yeah. Right. So that's the end of that one.
Okay. Speaks of sexual angst.
Right. So I've got three. This is the second one. Singer Little Boots is going round to the houses of people who bought her other albums, but didn't buy her new one. She arrives at my house and we have a chat and we start talking about her new album. I explain that I only haven't bought it yet because I haven't had the chance to yet. At this point, Emily comes into the room, starts to sing Little Boots songs to her, and goes to grab her the new album from my collection, which I do own. I have bought it, but I don't think it's very good. So pretend not to own it. Instead, I grab a copy of her first album for her to sign. When I hand it to her, it's already signed by her. So I panic and ask her to sign the other side of it.
Is that where it ends?
That's it, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so we don't know if she did or she picked up on.
I think she did. But the problem is that all of the things that I felt in the dream are how I felt. I don't like a new album. I don't think it's very good. And I have got a copy of her first album signed. So if I did pull it out for her to sign it, she would have to turn it over. So it's all factually accurate.
I couldn't even tell you. I can't even think of one Little Boots song.
No more poison, feeling my emotion. I am emotion. You're the remedy. Oh.
Are we doing Alan Bennett again?
No more. Anyway, so this is the last one, and you're in this one. So, me and Ross are waiting in a hotel reception, and we're both waiting for MP Alistair Darling. We keep asking for people as they pass if they are him. The longer we wait, yeah, the longer we wait, the more we realise we don't know what he looks like. And then we realise we don't know why we are waiting for him. As we leave, he walks towards us. That was the end of the dream.
I wish your dreams had some kind of fucking closure. It's like an episode, this. I feel more in anticipation of that than I do about Hawken's Summer Solstice. What did Alistair Dowling do?
I don't know. He was walking towards us as we walked past, but because neither of us knew what he looked like,
we just knew he was there.
Yeah, but I don't know why we were even there in the first place.
Can you remember what the hotel looked like? What the reception looked like?
A little bit like, I suppose it's. Have you ever been to the Britannia Hotel in Manchester?
Don't think so.
A little bit like that.
Right. Is there something particularly unique about that hotel?
I don't know. Well, I've stayed in it a few times.
Or was it just a generic?
I think it was just a generic. Probably a little bit more like the hotel that Tim Curry runs in Home Alone 2. A bit more like that.
I fucking knew you were going to say Home Alone. I don't know what it was, but when I said, "Can you think of the hotel?" I thought, if he says Home Alone now. That's like the go-to. And it's a fucking like 4-star as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I think wasn't it Trump's hotel? I think.
Oh yeah, I think it was actually because Trump is
in
there.
it. Yeah.
Towering around like a big nonce.
Well, that was part of the thing with it, wasn't it? He during the 80s and 90s, so many people wanted to film in his hotel,
Yeah.
He'd always agreed to do it, but he said, "You've got to write me a scene in the film."
Yeah.
Which is why he's in that film.
Yeah.
He did it with a lot of other films, and eventually they just cut him out of it and just said, "Oh, if the scene didn't work, we got rid of it in the end." But they showed a version of the film with him in and without it in, and the one with him in was a much more positive response, which is why they left it in, because they were going to cut the scene completely.
So the one with him in was people wanted the Trump.
I mean, it might be a different story right now, but
yeah,
maybe not.
Yeah. So okay. Well, and they're all in your dream. Can you hold your dream journal up so I can see? I've never actually seen it.
I've got them on my phone.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Have you even used that?
I have used it. I have used.
Why are you recording them in your phone when I literally bought you a dream journal?
Because for me to have to write in the dream journal, I've got to turn the light on.
Yeah.
Which means that I'll wake Charlotte up.
Well, why don't you just use the light on your phone?
Oh yeah.
You're picking up a torch.
I'll do that then. Yeah. Good idea.
I mean, I don't mean to be too much of a revolutionist.
Because I was gutted. There was a dream that it was me and you, but I can't remember the rest of it. And I woke up and I was about to write in the journal, and then I thought, Charlotte's fast asleep. I'm not going to write it down. This one's a perler. This one's going to stay in my mind. I'm going to remember it. Woke up and I couldn't remember it.
Yeah. I have had a few that I've actually woke up and told Fatima about as well. And I can't remember them. I think the difference is I've been doing this for like half my life. So I won't be as disciplined as someone who's just getting into it, just getting into the game. Yeah, I was just trying to think when you said, I think, oh, fucking hell. I remember there's certainly been some funny things happening sort of at night time in general, like because I'm back at band practice again. Fatima's just so nervous when I come in it because she's asleep. And she's just convinced that it's a stranger walking into the room, and she keeps going, "Who's that?" I came in the other day, and she went, "Who else is in the room?" She was flat out, and she just bolt upright. "Who else is in the room?" And it was me, like just taking me. I just got back from band practice, and I was going to bed, and I went, "Relax, it's me." And she went, "Oh, that's good." Bang. She just goes, "Oh, that's good," then falls straight back onto the pillow. "Who else is in the room?"
That's such a weird thing to say as well. It's not who's in the room, it's just who else apart from you is in the room.
No. But she never believes me when I tell her, because she has no recollection. I tell her the following day, I'm like, "You were freaking out again." But she does like, I can literally like in the middle of the night, I'll get up to go for a piss. I'll be gone.
Who else is in the toilet with you?
Who else is having a piss? I'll be gone for like...
Who else is having a sneaky wank in the toilet?
Sometimes I'll stay awake a bit longer and I'll hear her shouting down the stairs, half asleep. Who else is eating fruit and fibre? Current slice for a weary traveller.